I had a trash workout today and it was amazing. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, it's Andy with Mindset Matters More. Woo, let me tell you guys, this is for the ladies, okay? So, menstrual cycle discussion. If you're not into it, if you don't want to talk about it, you don't want to hear about it, then do not listen. But we're going to talk about it. So, I've been for the past 5 years, I want to say at least 5 years. Man, I should really check on that. But at least for the past 5 years, I track my menstrual cycle. Why do I do this? Well, at first I just wanted to know, a curiosity. When am I going to get my menstrual cycle? So I'm not surprised. So I can carry sanitary options for me so I don't, happen to bleed all over the place, right? But as I started tracking my menstrual cycle, there were several things that happened that I figured out that I never would have connected had it not been for tracking my menstrual cycle. So we're going to talk about those today and what does that mean for your mindset? So let's talk about the actual cycle itself. So the cycle itself, I'm talking about normal cycles, you guys. I realize that there are people who do not bleed. I realize that cycles can vary in length. So we're just going to talk in generalities, okay? Don't come at me. I'm about to start my menstrual cycle. I'm PMSing, y'all. I could use just the love and empowerment at this time, okay? Encouragement, love, peace. That's all I'm here for. Just take it with a grain of salt. Okay, now that I got that out of the way. So when I am about to get my period, when I am on the luteal phase, that is after I ovulate, I'm a total biatch. Like, I have some of the most vile, angry thoughts that I have throughout the month. And I always knew that I would get tired. I always knew that I didn't feel good. I'd be a little bit hungrier. That I knew that was that happened to me, but I never connected it with the menstrual cycle on the days when it happened. So whenever I look at my period tracker and it hits day 11, 11 days out from when my period's going to start, I'm like, yep, the storm is coming. I'm going through this tornado of a life in the next 5 days. Freaking kill me now. And with that, today I'm at my gym session and yesterday too, and it was just utter trash. And that's exactly because I'm in this luteal phase. It saps all the energy out of me. I recognize not only the thought patterns, but the way that I beat myself up because I'm not perfect. I'm not lifting heavy. I'm not doing this. I'm not showing up. I'm sleeping more. I'm hungrier and it's harder to diet and all this stuff that happens. And it's now that I have this information, I can prepare for it. Oh yeah, this is going to happen. This is a thing. This is what makes me feel like crap. Okay? So then we have that. Now, come the menstrual cycle. We are on day 1 of bleeding and everything is bleh. My body just feels so open and attuned to everything. I feel all the emotions of everybody. I feel people coming in my house. I can sense if you're in a bad freaking mood because my emotional nerves are just so raw. I can feel it 3 doors down. Okay. The next part is right after the menstrual cycle. Right after the menstrual cycle, man, I have so much energy. This is the follicular phase. And let me tell you, I have so much energy. This is when I am super happy, excited, lifting extra at the gym, running extra, doing extra, more extra. And life is just powerful, right? And I'm not even that hungry. I'm not hungry. I'm expending more energy, but I'm not hungrier. And then there is the period when I am ovulating. And that, there's a whole bunch of disgusting stuff that happens during that time. You know what I'm talking about, ladies? That plug, that mucus plug that always comes out. And during that time, I'm more loving. My heart is more open. I'm caring and all this wonderful stuff. And I still am lifting really heavy. I'm still so all of these different periods, pun intended, all of these periods in my menstrual cycle, they all have a different way to operate. They all have a different way to navigate life. Like I need to be more compassionate with myself, maybe eat some higher volume food during the luteal phase. I can eat low volume foods and just really put out into the universe a lot more of my energy. I can create more. I can do more. I can feel more love for myself and for others when I'm bleeding and when I'm ovulating. Just understand that, love is the way. So all of these things that I have learned have been because I track my menstrual cycle. Now, there are other physiological things. Like I know the week before my menstrual cycle, my weight's going to go up. I know I'm going to be bloated. I know my feet are going to hurt more. I know that my boobs are going to hurt more. I know that during that time, like if I weigh myself, measure myself, I'm going to be like, that's crazy. And on the third day of my menstrual cycle, I'm going to lose like 3 pounds. Now, listen, okay? I don't know whether that's like the day when all the water comes out that's been retained for the past week is like it comes out. But then all of a sudden, third day into my period, I know, I lose like 3 pounds overnight. And the next day, 1 pound comes back, 1 or 2 pounds comes back. So it's like it balances out. But that day, like, I feel so skinny. I feel like, I'm losing all the weight. But again, that's just a trick of the menstrual cycle. Just like the weight gain, a trick of the menstrual cycle. So when I also started tracking this, I started noticing where it corresponds with the lunar cycle. Yes, it also actually corresponds to the lunar cycle. So I get my menstrual cycle when the full moon happens. And I get my ovulation when the new moon happens. So like whenever moon stuff is happening, new moon or full moon, something's going on with Andy, okay? Something spiritually is going on with Andy. So don't call me, don't text me during those times unless you want some real raw, actual, like, emotional responses. Point being is that as a female in this body that bleeds, I have learned that there are some things that are not inherently me. They're affected by the hormones, by the body processes, by the things that are happening within me. And I know that my mood sometimes, like, if I know that I am in my luteal phase, like I know I'm going to pout if somebody tells me no. I know I'm going to be like, oh, you hate me. You don't like me. Oh, you don't want to be my friend. You guys don't want to listen to me. Like, I know that I'm more sensitive in that sense. So I just shut the F up. Like I refuse to like engage during that time because I know these aren't real thoughts. These are all hormonally driven. But I also know that right after my menstrual cycle, when I have more energy, I also need to watch because that's when I can overcommit to things and be like, yes, I'm going to go to the gym 10 times this week. I'm going to walk 10 miles every day. Oh my God, I'm going to donate all my money. Woohoo, let's go. So it's not just about managing when you're feeling low. It's also about managing, hey, oh my God, I'm feeling a little bit crazy. I mean, for a long time, I thought I was bipolar. But what I realized is that a lot of the cycle that happens, it corresponds with my menstrual cycle. So I know when I'm going to come out of it. Now, I don't know anything about bipolar, but I'm assuming that it's not tied to your menstrual cycle. I'm assuming it's not tied to a time period, time frame. But I know exactly when I'm going to bleed, when I'm going to feel like crap, when I'm going to feel good, how much energy I'm going to have. And I've learned to navigate it. I know how to get to the gym still when I'm on the luteal phase because I know I'm not going to go ham. I know I'm just going to do as best as I can, even if it's doing one set of each exercise, even if it's doing half the weight and still finishing the exercise, even if it's just showing up, stretching, and just loving on myself while I'm at the gym and saying, I made it, I'm here, I'm powerful, I'm strong, I'm beautiful, and then going home. That's it for today, guys. I just really want you to understand that the cycle of the body can affect you. And if you're not careful, if you're not paying attention, you can start things in your life that you may regret. whether it's overcommitting, whether it's picking a fight, whether it's arguments, whatever it is, know that. But check yourself. Where are you in your cycle? Start to take notes. Start to really record. Hey, what is going on with my body? Where am I? What is this feeling? And start to see after 28 days, hey, are these cycles repeating themselves? Are these things just do it for 6 months and your life will freaking change because you will know more about your body than ever before. Okay, guys? With that, love you guys. Bye.